12, Colin Gillespie.
And the Phoenix Suns and the Golden State
to have a big night. I'd love to see him off the ball.
Suns come in at 15 and 12. Beat the Devs by that single point on Thursday. Devin Booker was 1 for 7 in that first half. Well, he's 1 for 1 tonight with Steph, Moses, Jimmy Butler, Draymond, and Quentin Post. No Jonathan Kuminga tonight. He is ill.
Devin Booker is saying, I'm starting early tonight. He had a goose egg for a while last time.
Shot clock at 7. Jimmy Butler on the shot blocker, puts it up and around and out, and Royce O'Neal with the rebound.
It's the right mentality, though. They're starting Mark Williams on Jimmy Butler again.
Jimmy had 31 the other night. Booker averages 25 a game. Working on Moody. Fade away, and Moses just a little too much. Committed the foul.
His footwork is so good there.
At Michigan State with Tom Izzo, there was a Draymond Green guy that was there as well.
And a Matt Ishbia guy, too, their owner.
So Booker with the first 4 of the game. Steph floating it home, and Galena kind of alluded to it. Steph had 9, bounce back game 34. He had 11, bounce back game 46. Gillespie flat there. He had 14. The other 39, and then he had 15 against Phoenix. What's his bounce back game look like tonight?
You know, he's starting early. You know he's going to be super aggressive. He always plays with that energy.
Quentin Post. He had 2 for 10 on threes the other night. And QP a year ago better than 40% from distance. Booker banking it home.
He loves watch out.
Okay, these are what we're talking about. There's no reason to do that. The Warriors fortunate. Take a second and throw the ball to a teammate.
You see Draymond throw that little pump fake. He took his time there. He was not sped up.
And Quentin Post, beautiful delivery to Draymond Green.
You get a little split action. Just exploit the switch. They're going to switch that, find a way to get under him, and Quentin Post can make those passes.
Mark Williams will hammer that down. So Williams averages 13 a game, but 67% shooting, which it's primarily dunks and layups.
Well, that's why. He just stays around that restricted circle, around the basket. His teammates make it easy on him.
Steph rewarding Jimmy Butler on the roll. Quentin Post, reload 3. And Phoenix is just fortunate. Steph Curry 3. Yeah, don't leave that guy.
Well, that's why you keep it alive. Crash the offensive glass. Test their defensive rebounding. A lot of times that's the most open Steph's going to be is off of offensive rebounds.
Dillon Brooks on the fadeaway. Dillon Brooks having the best offensive season of his career, averaging nearly 22 a game.
He got off to such a great start last game.
Jimmy inside, beautiful delivery by Steph Curry.
Again, exploiting the switch. Colin Gillespie fights over it, so Jimmy Butler sets the screen under him. So Gillespie's on the wrong side now.
Royce O'Neal missing that 3. O'Neal at 41% from distance. They don't have Grayson Allen tonight. Butler pretty physical, put it up and in.
Go right at him, and he gave the ball back to Brooks. He got a delay of game that time, but
first one's a warning, second one will be a technical.
I'm okay. Smash mouth, you're smash mouth too.
Booker on the kick out. Don't leave Royce O'Neal. There's overhelp. There's a couple guys to stay attached to at the arc. Gillespie and O'Neal are the 2 of them.
You got to make sure on-ball defense is on point.
Moody for 3. He and Post were combined 3 of 16 on threes in Phoenix. Booker to Williams again, dunking it down, and Steve Kerr has to use the timeout.
They're just getting coming at your head.
Brandon Pajamski, GP2's first playing time, and beautiful cut by Brandon. Nice find by Draymond.
Again, he cross pass with Steph, and defenders just hesitate. They're just a little loose in there, and they're letting you move and go wherever you want to go. Why not cut to the basket?
The Warriors force a turnover. Dubs have started 6 of 10, Phoenix 6 of 9. And GP2 went with a one-hand pass. It ends up being a giveaway. And now Gary making up for it. Comes up with a steal. And then you rectify it.
You have to, right away. You turn it over, you're running the fastest back.
You better. Draymond down the lane and laying it up and in. Beautiful finish. Used the rim so Williams couldn't get to him.
And using Steph's gravity. Two defenders staying with him. And you got an angle to the basket if you go quick.
Devin Booker, well defended by Moody, and Draymond had the rebound, but Gillespie took it from him. Dillon Brooks three. You turn it over, you pay. That is the story when you play Phoenix.
Even if you feel like you have the rebound, you have to be careful. They're going to be all around you.
Kajemski off iron there. Brooks will tap into an open spot. Crowd letting Dillon Brooks know. From the baseline, Dillon Brooks putting it up and in. Remember, he had 20 in the first half Thursday night. He had 4 in the second half.
They're just setting those ball screens, and you're just not all the way ready to move your feet there.
Gillespie on Pajemski.
Even if you switch those, you have to be aware and alert, ready to move.
And it with the left hand.
Sometimes you just got to go at your man. A lot of the movement happening.
And Booker will pick up the foul.
Sometimes they're not calling plays either. They're just
Last 2 games. 41% now on threes for the season.
But he didn't settle there. He decided to get as close to the basket as he could. Even though he started off slow last game, he's one of those guys that can make adjustments in game and kind of get a beat on you. All of a sudden he comes out and he has a run like he did in that third quarter.
He has 8 already. Building on that great second half he had Thursday. Steph going to work on Mark Williams, so they don't want to screen.
But look at them showing double.
Shot clock at 5. Anthony Melton finding Pajemski, threw him a hand grenade at 3. And Brandon bails it out with a triple.
That's how he's been shooting lately, man. He's a 41% three-point shooter, and sometimes off the dribble, making something out of nothing, step backs.
Yeah, that 41% on 153 attempts, by the way.
And he doesn't panic on those hand grenades. That's a great quality.
Devin Booker lasering home a 3.
Speaking of no panic,
He's only a 30% three-point shooter, but what's rolling right now with 11.
with one of the prettiest jumpers in the league, you got an offensive foul here, moving screen. Let that guy go around you. You've done your job.
Jordan Goodwin, who made the game-winning free throws, checked in. Oso Ighodaro. Back up big for Phoenix. Trey Jackson Davis, his first playing time. Booker with the D-cell. And Trey's forced the air ball, but air ball goes to the offense. And Ighodaro got a freebie.
And Trace was out on Devin Booker contesting, so he's the biggest guy out there for the Warriors. Oso Ighodaro was like, well, I got to get this rebound then.
He was fouled. Trace got the rebound, got it back to D'Anthony. Loose on the deck. Get it to Trey Jackson Davis to put it in and draw the foul. PJD rattling out the free throw. Phoenix, 10 of 15. 3 of 6 on threes. They're trying to sweep this baseball series. Their best players off to a great beginning. Booker, he's had 70 in a game. Now he's just delivering to Ighodaro.
He's methodical right now. He just takes his time, gets to his spots. His footwork and pivot game is so good. Even if he doesn't have an opening, he can pivot out of it, find an opening, or find a teammate.
And knocked away. And I don't want to do quality on Steph. 2 men on him. Shot clock at 5. Jimmy Butler. Tough fadeaway, and he makes it. So Butler's open 3 of 4.
Again, D'Anthony Melton drove in there, played off at 2 feet, found Jimmy Butler. He's able to drive again.
Dillon Brooks, nice tough finish. Wow. So Brooks and Booker have combined for 20 of Phoenix's 31. Pajemski and Melton combined.
Those turnovers, your spirit goes down. Now you're just fighting to get yourself back hyped up again, get your energy back after those.
Goodwin will launch the deep 3. Phoenix, they're kind of middle of the pack in a lot of the shooting categories. They're 15th in the league, right in the middle. They only score 114 a game. That's 22nd in points per game.
That's 8 points off turnovers.
Down 10. In the 2 prior meetings, the Warriors won the first quarter both times. Pajemski off iron, and Gillespie the rebound in motion.
It's a good look, though. Jimmy Butler cutting to open that up.
USF product, Damari Bouye checking in. Ighodaro right down the lane.
He is bouncing. A pick and roll player. can catch and finish like that. And to switch if that's the coverage and move their feet. They're just not ready for it. They need to bring more intensity there.
Tic-tac-toe, and Moody couldn't quite pay it off, but nice Warrior ball movement there.
Exploiting the switch with Steph moving off the ball.
So Gillespie and Ryan Dunn, Iguodaro, Bouye, and Jordan Goodwin. Bouye comes up short, but the ricochet back out to Goodwin for an open three. And finally, the Suns miss a shot, but a third opportunity now. Ryan Dunn went step around, and he picks up a foul.
You need more fight on the board. Teams that shoot their mid-range shots the most, and especially against a guy like Devin Booker, league in offensive rebounding percentage.
So the Warriors had a 14-point lead in Phoenix, and the Suns came back to win. Well, now Phoenix with a 14-point lead here in the Bay.
They're giving you a lot to think about defensively.
Steph gets the switch on Iguodaro, makes the big man inside and puts it up and in with the left hand.
See how he took his time? I got the mismatch. I'm going to cook up something nice. Let me get all the way inside, pump fake, lean into the shot blocker, negate all that shot blocking ability.
Jemski denying Gillespie the ball. Now Draymond's there to take care of that. Beautiful. Brandon and Draymond combined wonderfully on that. Curry trails three. Got it. And one. So Steph was fouled as he hits the free throw.
It's a big loss when he gets the free throw.
Gillespie makes the second technical free throw.
Gillespie was trying to bait him in.
That's going to be a flagrant foul plus the technicals. So Gillespie shooting 3 free throws, made 2 of the 3.
I don't agree with that one. You kick him out for that. I mean, give him a flagrant one, give him a technical.
Well, what is ridiculous is Dylan Brooks wasn't ejected the other night.
Exactly.
But that's an ejection.
I don't understand.
What is the league doing?
It's a double standard here.
I mean, that's absurd. That's a flagrant foul.
Right.
Unnecessary contact.
Give him anything you want other than kick him out in a more vulnerable position.
So Steph completes the 4-point play.
That's a double standard.
So it's a 10-point game. You got to play without Draymond the rest of the game.
In a game where you've given up 48 points early.
The ball knocked away. Still Phoenix ball.
Oh, no.
Straight down on that out of bounds play, but the missed dunk. Ryan Dunn couldn't hammer it down, and GP2 headed the other way. Jerry having it knocked away, and the Warriors turn it over again.
And you get an attempted dunk by Dunn, but you're collapsing on him at the rim, so you made a miss.
So Gillespie working on Moody. And Bouye, 2 good three-point shooting guards. Bouye will miss that 3, and that's a good box out there. And Steph is knocked down again.
You got to let this fuel. One guy's kicked out, the other guy's still in the game.
So Pajemski back out to Curry. Missing short there. Pajemski with the rebound. And now you've got a foul or post at Iguodaro. I mean, you got a lot of guys taking a lot of swings at Curry when he releases the ball.
We've seen way worse than that. He turned it over.
Steph dribbled it off his own foot there. Gillespie fades it off, and those are the plays. That has nothing to do with the Suns. Nothing. Steph Curry just dribbled the ball off his own foot. It becomes a layup. That's what has bedeviled the Warriors this year. Hitting post 3. Rebound battle, GP2, great extra effort. Steph with a warm-up 3. Phoenix just fortunate.
GP2 has brought a lot of energy.
Done. Step around, but forgot to make the basket.
Counter-attack time.
Down 12, the game's a little ragged. Steph missing that 3. Quentin post, an open look, and he got it.
The Warriors are getting to the boards.
Gillespie and Royce O'Neal cycling now to Bouye. Shot clock at 7. Iguodaro had started that move. They run Gillespie out the line. And a little step round and couldn't finish. Now looking at the box score, Draymond got a flagrant 1 and then 2 technicals.
Yeah.
So he was not ejected for a flagrant 2. It was
the motion he made towards the official that got him that second one. So okay.
So just to clean that up. Bouye stealing that. Another Warriors turnover.
It was him mimicking the tech towards the official.
Nice pass inside. Iguodaro pays it off.
We're having some breakdowns defensively now. Two defenders staying up. They're getting inside a little too early.
Points off turnovers are 12-2.
Or too easy.
And that's sort of why the game is at 11.
And without Steph in here, you're playing through Jimmy Butler. You go split action, keep your flow, keep your movement up.
Shot clock at 7. And Spencer out to Jimmy for 3. I'll tell you, Bouye is doing a good job rebounding, passing. He's the smallest player on the floor, one of them. Gillespie, nice finish.
He had a good idea because the paint was wide open. The defense was pretty lifted. He's like, why run a play? I feel like I have the advantage. I can just use my quickness and get inside. That's, again, limiting penetration as Jimmy Butler draws a foul.
4th team foul on Phoenix. Long way to go in this game. Phoenix is shooting at 59%, but you're playing without Draymond Green, and you have not stopped the turnover issue whatsoever. Pat Spencer 3. Welcome back, Pat Spencer.
And he's looking at the crowd like, hey, you guys remember that? I'm back.
Booker got Phoenix flowing early. He's got 11 in the game. Getting to that step back, made a little space and dropped it in.
That's what I was telling you. A guy like him that can score and get to his spot and rise up for that mid-range, get separation as easy as he can. It's almost unguardable.
Spencer on Booker. Does the same thing, but Booker there. And Will Richard to guide it home on the follow.
Drive from one side, cut from the other, not just to get Pat Spencer was driving.
The Dubs are shooting 50% of their own right. It's slowing Phoenix down that has been the problem. That's a good D there on Booker. Will reload. Shot clock at 9. And the lob over Mark Williams. Hey, the Suns turned it over. It happens to both teams.
Knocks you out a lot of the time.
Well, the Warriors 11-4 second chance points with the advantage. Looks like last year when they were rebounding well. Butler missing and tipped up and in. Trace Jackson-Davis.
They're getting a little loose defensively now. There's some mental lapses for the Suns. You got Jimmy Butler just cutting two there with no one going with him.
And that's a moving screen. So Phoenix.
Yeah. There on him. Royce O'Neal trying to fight him. Don't let him box you out.
You don't have Kuminga, who was ill. Draymond's been ejected. Al Horford with the sciatica. So you're down a couple of your bigger bodies. Shot clock at 3. Melton trying to get it to Trace, but a little
takes care of the ball. That pass is coming a little too hot.
Brooks and Williams up top. Booker. He is special.
Mid-range. I'm telling you, man.
He's got 15. 5 of 8 shooting.
When you got mid-range game like that, off the dribble, you are tough.
Melton hide behind that Trace screen, missing to 3. And rebound foul on the Suns.
Well, the Warriors are privy to this now.
Coaches keep track on that crash rate. And Guy Santos and Trace are two of the better Warriors.
Maybe one of the most fun parts of the game. As soon as a shot goes up, you just start running around. You can run routes all over the place, cross paths with people, see if you can juke people out of their socks and go get a rebound.
You have plenty of time to finish this half the right way. You've had to endure this incredible shooting barrage. Melton knocked it away. And the Warriors kind of gave it back, but Jimmy with the good hands and out of bounds to Phoenix. NBA.
Right. And he's got that wingspan and he's got quick hands. That's a lethal combination.
Get it out of Booker's hands. Goodwin will rock into an air ball free. It barely ticked iron. It didn't get there.
That's the movement you need behind the double team. They were ready.
Well, Richard sidestep 3. Oh, that rookie's got some confidence.
I think Coach Kerr will come back to you at some point. Will Richard has been ready.
Booker in, out, up, fade, and Richard with a rebound. You were 14 down, you're within 6. The building's starting to buzz a little bit. Jimmy Butler down the lane, and Williams knocked it out of his championship. He's a 40% three-point shooter.
He knows what winning's about.
Steph.
Said he's a superstar with a scrubs whistle, but he's making him blow that whistle.
3 free throws. Steph missed the first there.
And again,
91%.
Sneaker free agent. He's having a great time as he makes the second one. Having a great time paying homage, as they will from time to time. Spirited conversation.
That says you can't hit me in the stomach when I'm shooting a free throw.
Yeah. Well, Steph is looking to bounce back.
2 of 3 from the line. Shave 10 points off that deficit.
Yeah, they're double teaming.
Flat now, Booker. Oh, it'll be a foul. Warriors had one to give.
You got him right where you want him. Don't foul him.
Gillespie. He's having a career year. Booker, that time he tried to lean in. Melton smartly did not foul him. The Dubs having the momentum. Keep getting shots up. Don't give the ball away. And I can't even say it fast enough before Goodwin turns it. Melton over. Brooks missing that 3. Batted back out. Off of Brooks' foot. And Trace just handed to Steph.
Restraint. You got to pass up some of these.
Yeah, Trace Jackson Davis.
Got him.
He's going to be called for a foul there.